welcome back to 4 Geeks by Geeks, the place where geeks come to geek out. As always, I am Boser, and welcome to your Monday night Geek Out Sesh, you guys. Pew, 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 pew. How we doing? Oh my god, stop it, Alec. To answer your question, how you look this sexy at 30 is a lot of Noxema and 20 minutes on curly hair fro that you'll never get back. But welcome, you guys. If this is your first time to a Geek Out Sesh, we do this each and every week on Monday night, 8:30 on Twitch Eastern Standard in the evening. And it's your chance to geek out with all kinds of creators, cosplayers, streamers, lovers of anime, all things geek that are the greatest things on the planet. So if you're watching after the fact on YouTube or listening on the podcast, welcome to the FGBG family. And how are you guys doing in the chat? Because if you are here with the chat, you can join us. I see Alex here, Oddity's here. Welcome. I saw Stitch Quinn is here. Even Nightbot has joined us for tonight, so that's amazing. But I want to know, the question of the day tonight is, it was originally, what's your most useless talent? And my very helpful moderators changed it on me, but I changed it back because I have control issues. And I'm going to ask my guest tonight. That's going to be the first question. And if you have not ever seen his work, oh my God, you guys, you're going to drool all over your keyboard. So make sure you keep clear distance of the faucet that will be your mouth, because it's incredible the things that this guy has created. And ever since I found it 2 years ago, oh my God, I'm not good at math. 19, 20, 21, 23 years ago. Holy shit. 3 years ago, I haven't been able to stop watching his work. So I'm excited to find out how he's made it. Just get inside the mind of someone that can do what he can do. So what's your most useless talent? Does touching my uvula with my tongue a skill? Yes. I would agree that it's pretty useless. I'm not sure what you can accomplish with that, or even that you can, prove that you're doing it. I would say, so y'all know that I come from a theater background, and at the bottom of a theater resume, you have a section called special skills. And honestly, it's the chance to write whatever random shit you can do that's going to make them remember you. And also, you never know what they're going to need. So one of my special skills on my actual resume is I can do a baby cry. Meaning I can make a sound that sounds just like a baby crying. And why, yes, I will demonstrate for you. I'm glad that you asked. I don't know what this is going to sound like, but here's a baby cry from Boser. There you go. That's my special skill. You're welcome. Hire me for all parties. I've always wanted to be a mascot. Who was a mascot? Oh, I used to be a mascot? So did I, Stitch. Oh my God, go Wildcats. Let me hear you roar. My mom made my costume. But I'm really curious what yours is, but even more curious what my guest's is. And tonight you guys are in for a special treat because we are going to get to know him. His name is Law. He goes by Outlaw 2LK, and we're going to see his amazing work. And also, we're going to play a little game at the end of the stream, so stick around till the very end and see which of us is going to think faster. Spoiler alert, it won't be me. So let's get a lot of love in the chat. Give it up. I want to see some fire. I want to see some emojis. Give it up for the one, the only, Law. How's it going, my friend? Look, guys, it's Outlaw. Oh, my God. Wow. I'll do it again. Now I don't remember all these great things that you said. We were talking about snow and how it was melting.
Yeah, no, it's just it was cold one moment, and then now it's all warm again. But, you know, now it's all rain and wet. That's it. But I am doing well. And, you know, couldn't wait for this to happen tonight. I was actually kind of nervous.
You got nothing to be nervous about. I mean, the only thing you have anything to be nervous about is, can I make it through without fucking something else up? But I think we're going to be okay. Let's hope. Let's hope for the best.
Yeah.
I gotta know, what is your most useless talent, La?
I could do this with my finger. It looks like it's broken.
Oh my god, yeah!
And then also the.
Whoa. Do that again? How are you doing that?
It's just in between here, and then as it comes out, it hits against the cheek.
Oh, your cheek? Well, that must be a real talent because I can't do it. So the best of us can.
And I can actually also touch my uvula with my tongue. It's weird.
What's that look like when you do that?
You kind of block the view with it, so it's just, if anything, you're just gonna see me doing this.
Right. There's no proof. There's no proof that you can do it. I need receipts, Alec. Well, welcome to your Geek Out Sesh. I am so sorry it started exactly the way we all expected it to, with technical difficulties on my part. But all of you aren't here because it's perfect. You're here because it's authentic. This is the raw, uncut Geek Out Sesh. So, for those that don't know who you are or what you do, just kind of give a quick breakdown of what the amazing things that you do are.
Me give that breakdown? Then?
Yeah. What do you do?
It's I primarily work with foam and EVA foam to be clear.
Okay.
And it is something that has been growing in the cosplay community as far as being able to manipulate and utilize and create things out of it. Tons of YouTube tutorials out there. I myself learned how to do foam smithing just from watching some of the YouTube greats themselves and just practicing. And that's really all it is. Not getting intimidated and just practice.
So, like, how long have you been doing this smooth fiffing? Foam smithing is a word.
Foam smithing. So I want to say 2016 was my first full foam smith build, and that was with the 5 paladins of Voltron, including the 7.5 foot tall Voltron mech himself. And that was all learned through watching channels like Odin Makes, Kamui Cosplay, Evil Ted.
Oh my god, I love Kamui Cosplay.
Yeah, all of them. Just watching what they do and all the tips and tricks. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
I find that so hard to believe because, like, I've seen what you can do, and I'm like, I can't do that. That's not true.
No, it is true. See, as a matter of fact, I had a friend who I don't want to say I tricked him into this. I did warn him fairly enough to say, cosplay is going to make you famous in some ways, but it also will infuriate you to no ends when something doesn't work the way you thought it would work.
Yeah.
And but at the same time, all you need to do is just keep on doing it. Keep trying, keep practicing. And you're going to find all of a sudden you have one flat sheet of EVA foam 1 minute, and then the next couple weeks you'll have a full-on helmet or gauntlet or whatever piece you want. And I trained him. It doesn't. I'll talk about that in a minute. But
okay.
I do have 2 other people who I've taught how to make costumes, and they didn't have any foam knowledge. I just gave them the basics straight from how I learned it from YouTube, and now they're building with me, building alongside with me. And one of them just completed her first full commission build of a Buster sword from Final Fantasy.
So you're not only creating, but now you're taking that knowledge and passing it on.
Yep.
I need everyone just to take a pause and see what we're talking about when we're talking about these amazing things that he's creating. And then you'll have some context so that we go back and be like, how did you begin this process? Because, like, I consider myself, we're going to look at his Instagram. Also use command Outlaw to go follow him right now. But, like, I got to go back and find the very first thing, which was this. This was what I first saw at C2E2 at the Crown Championships of Cosplay that was 2019. So that was, 3 years after you first began?
Yeah.
So
pretty much.
But that wasn't even the first thing you started. You said you started with Voltron?
Voltron was the first full foam, yes.
Holy crap. So I'm going really fast, you guys. I know. We'll go a little slower, but first I need to find Voltron in all of this. I probably need to go way back because you said it's what you started with.
And he's still good enough to wear and show at cons. But I really want to work on a version 2.0 of that one day. So
good enough doesn't even begin to describe what it is. It's amazing. Where is it? How far? Oh my god! I should have.
Oh yeah, it's still
prepped. But I'm speeding through a lot of this great stuff. Oh, here's a picture of him. Oh, is that my
yes,
booth?
it was actually at C2E2, that one picture that you're looking at right there.
Did you enter that as C2E2 as well?
No, I just brought it just to because of fan service, I guess.
Uh-huh. That's fan service, 100%. But I remember my boo cosplay that year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was amazing. I wanted to get out of my costume and just inspect that costume up close.
Oh my god, there it is. Speaking of inspect. So you're saying that this was the first thing that you made?
The sixth thing, because there were 5 paladins I had to make as well. so all of the practice had to first come into play from the 5 paladins, and then I started putting together pieces of this. And at the time when I created this, the anime on Netflix had not been released yet, so I was going based off what screen grabs people had, and I had my original. Really? Yeah, and I had my original 1984 Voltron toy that I was trying to work with. That's why you could see a little bit of the deformed, larger sized feet and hands.
Yeah.
But I did a little bit of combination of both. I want to try to make it more true to the actual Legendary Defender now for the 2.0. So yes, this was technically the 6th build after the Paladins were created.
That's amazing. Like, just to think that all the things that you've learned from that first Paladin to this.
Yeah. It's been a journey for sure. And a lot of cool little tips that I picked up along the way, just from wearing it, the wear and tear, the comfort, the things to look out for in terms of making sure it's safe for not only for myself but for people around me. But and even just techniques to make sure it doesn't fall apart.
How do you even see in this thing to know where your wings are?
That part I had to make sure one of the paladins was behind me.
Okay. Because I would be knocking over every booth and all these cosplayers with those wings.
I just had to do it like if you've ever driven a van, you just have to kind of remember you have a tail and compensate for that.
Right. So just take us way back. So 2016, you began. What even prompted you to begin making cosplay? And while we'll do this, we'll take a stroll down your Instagram and see some other great works.
It's because I grew up in an era of where costumes were the plastic sheet smock with a vacuum-formed face mask.
Yeah,
and that was the costumes in my era. And I have to say, it was, for lack of a better word, a piece of crap.
Yeah.
So
you didn't feel like that character ever when you put that piece of shit on your face. It was clearly not real. I hated those kind of costumes.
But as a kid, you had to use what you could, and I used to take the actual vacuum form mask and I would add tin foil to it to try to make it a full helmet.
Yeah.
But it was just something I just kept on adding on to as I grew up, and then it went to different materials even using spackle just to try to cover things up with paper mache or plaster of Paris, and it just the techniques as you go, and then all of a sudden in 2016, I believe it was still the February maybe, I discovered EVA foam from one of the channels that I watched on YouTube, and I was like, what is this stuff? And it just so happened my kids had a playroom that we had taken out all of the EVA foam floor mats out of. I'm like, hey, I have some of this foam.
Yeah.
And I went and grabbed it and I cut it up and I made my first helmet, which I still have. I'd have to run and grab it real quick, but it was atrocious to say the least. But I didn't give up. That's the key thing here.
What was just the helmet of?
It was my first attempt at doing the helmet for the Paladins.
Okay.
And it was too large. I used hot glue. My cuts were horrible, and again, it just goes to show you that if you don't give up, you can progress, and that goes with anything in life.
And I love that attitude, and I think that's really important that people hear that tonight, because, including myself, because like I look at this Overlord that I'm looking at, I'm like, oh my god, it's like straight out of the anime, and like my first instinct is to think I could never do that, and I'm sure so many people in the chat are thinking I could never do that. It's
interesting because the customer that purchased this, it was larger than life. He's already about 6 feet himself, and he wore platforms. And I made sure that the actual shoulder piece and helmet sat an extra foot above his own head. So he was a massive presence. He was very unsure of himself and very shy. So he wanted to be hidden as much as possible. And this gave him the confidence. And you know what? He didn't give up because he has now improved this costume. And the only thing that he kept from my original build here were the hands, the staff, the ribs, and the neck collar. And of course, the fabric work was done by Superheroes Unlimited.
Okay.
And of course, the framework he kept as well.
Yeah.
He redid the whole face and the shoulders, and he added lights to everything. So he didn't give up, and now he's got something that he can call his own.
And that's amazing because you gave him the confidence to get started, and he understood what it felt like to be inside it.
Yeah, and and he felt like a celebrity being that with that much presence.
Oh my god, yeah! You stopped traffic at a con with this. And the face is in the neck collar, like that's how he sees out of it.
That's where it's a mesh screen,
okay.
Like a window screen, and he's hidden right behind there, and you see everything, but you can't see him.
There are a few accounts that when I find, like, they just completely stop me in my tracks, and honestly, yours has always been one of them. And ever since I saw it at C2, I just have been in awe because of the detail. And here's your Gypsy Avenger. And like, I have so many specific questions because I come from a theater background and I'm not a costumer, but because they know I'm into this kind of stuff, now they're realizing, oh, damn, you can make some incredible stuff with foam. And that's kind of untapped territory in my theater. And so they keep asking me, and I do not have this know-how, and I don't even know where to begin. So like, okay, imagine you were teaching somebody and they wanted to make something like the Gypsy. Like, where do you even begin that process?
I always say start with the helmet.
Okay.
Because if you can't proportion the helmet, or you can't wear the helmet or see out of the helmet, the rest of your costume will not work. Because you want to make sure that that's the first, that's me though. I mean, I know a lot of people will say contrary, start with from the ground up. But I've always felt like the helmet had the most detail and curvatures in the structure that would allow you to be able to manipulate everything else within the armor pieces for your body.
Okay.
And you could go as simple as like if you could look at the Pidge, scroll down just one row. The Pidge helmet is one of the most simple helmets you could go with. That green one. It's literally just a round. There's really not much to it.
It's a simple helmet. It's just round. It's got some detail.
If you can proportion yourself with that and make sure that all the lines meet up, the seams are hidden enough that you can go confidently into the rest of the armor. And that's why I like to start with it. And this way, if you make it too large, you can always try to proportion the rest of the armor to match that size as well. If you make it just the same size as your head, then you're going to want to make your armor form-fitting to your proportions. So, I mean, there's no way to really mess it up.
I could think of a lot of ways to mess it up.
If it's too small and you can't wear it, then you give it to your kids. Like you'll see some of my kids on my feed that that is a helmet that I made for myself that now fits them.
There you go. He's my reject armored kids. But what I'm hearing is you set yourself up for success by starting with something that you feel like you can succeed on, and then letting that build the confidence to move into the next, maybe more challenging bit.
Yep.
Rather than start with the hardest thing and get easier from there.
Yeah. Because I mean, it's also if you mess up with the helmet. I mean, if you like the helmet and you're like, you know what, I don't think I'm confident enough to make the rest of it. At least you have a helmet.
Yeah, you still look cool. You walk around with just the helmet at a con.
Yeah,
it's pretty dope. So then, what was the series of events that went from 2016 to making the Paladins to Voltron to then in 2019 creating Gypsy?
So it was actually 2006 was my first official New York Comic Con, and I had a motorcycle. I had motorcycle gear. X-Men at the time was all decked out in motorcycle gear. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just mix and match that around.
Right, easy Wolverine.
And it was easy. I just dropped motorcycle gear on and I called it a day.
Yeah.
And from there, I just started adding on to it, making my first visor. It had lights in it, and then after that, going into using Warbler thermoplastic.
Okay.
It's easy to work with because you can manipulate it with heat and everything and get some really great shapes, and it's very durable, but it's also on the expensive side.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to go somewhere I could, that's affordable and easier to get, and that's when I went to EVA Foam in 2016 with Voltron, and then from Voltron I was like, you know what, the Power Rangers movie's coming out in 2017, and I might as well go for that and try to make that. So I used references from toys to try to make it, and I try to be overly ambitious, and unfortunately is the costume I dread the most. It stood up at about 9.5 feet tall, maybe 10, including the wings, and it was very uncomfortable to wear, and I felt like I didn't like the proportions that I did on that one, so I eventually gave it away.
You just gave it away?
Yeah, to a stunt group called Common Ramen. I don't know if you guys have heard of them.
No.
Check out their channel. They've got a lot of awesome fight choreography. They've worked with some all-time greats already themselves with Power Rangers.
No way.
Doing stunt work.
I'll check them out.
Yeah, so there's that, but from there, I also did, and at the time I was also the only builder on my for my friends.
Okay.
And trying to go into New York Comic Con and trying to make a name for yourself is, unfortunately, as a guy, it's really hard to be noticed. And so I went with the go big or go home mentality. Mm-hmm. That's where Voltron came out of, and that's where the Power Ranger came out of. And but I also had friends, and I'm like, let me have you guys surround me, but not as handlers, but also be in the costume. So the paladins, the 5 paladins, were all friends of mine that I roped in to helping me handle the costume and the crowd.
That's amazing.
And the Power Rangers were a mix of them as well as some other cosplayers that I'd met, and we all I believe one of them made their own, but the other 5 Power Rangers I made mostly 95% myself, along with my big Megazord. And then the next year after that I was going to go to C2E2, and I'm like, I need to have Pacific Rim's coming out. I've always loved the whole mech versus monsters thing, and I'm like, that's doable. I could do it like a Halo armor. I'm not going to go big on that one. I'll just put myself on lifts and go from there. And that's how I ended up coming up with the Gypsy Avenger.
That's wild. And I'm not the only one that's noticed. In the chat, we got McDougal saying, so cool, just started working EVA foam, and it's amazing how much you can do with it. And she says, your creations are amazing.
Thank you.
T said earlier that you are a true professional. And like your go big or go home mentality definitely caught my attention. Like at the C2E2 and then on the floor, I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. But you said that in 2006, or maybe your first New York Comic Con, you said that, you wanted to kind of make a name for yourself. So was this always something like a dream when you were a kid that you wanted to be a builder in this way?
I always found myself as I don't want to say wallflower. I guess I always try to blend into the background.
Yeah.
And then later on in high school, I kind of made a way to be able to mix in with both the proverbial nerds and the jocks. I was the in-between where I was smart, but I also was able to play sports.
Okay.
Not well, but well enough that I wasn't made fun of. That I was like, and whenever I went anywhere, I usually just tried to stay in the background. I was always support. I was there as the wingman for a friend, and I wanted to feel what it was like to have confidence. And for me, at least, I just felt the only way I could do that is if I hid behind the mask and show my work for it instead. And that's the work I could do was where my confidence was.
I'm getting so inspired by that because that's one reason why we always wanted FGBG to exist, because we realized there's so many people that like this is the place that they feel they're most confident in this kind of space, because you get to create, it's in a hopefully welcoming community of geeks that maybe didn't always fit in or weren't always the most popular, but it gives you the opportunity to experience that. Like you said, I wanted to see what it felt like to be confident. And I just love that you were able to find a space that you could do that. Of course, I'm always wondering, I'm like, but why not? Why would you feel any less confident in your day-to-day life? Look at this work. This is amazing. The fact that you can make this at all, go out and with that big dick energy throughout your life, like what the hell? But I'm glad you did.
There's always, but then again, there's also that whole big, an artist's worst critic is themselves, right?
Right.
So, always I'm not one of those that always tries to push to do better from what I did before. I do get complacent. I think everybody will go through that at some point.
This is easy. I'll make this.
Yeah. But you could see even with my Bolin with the Fire Ferret outfit there from Legend of Korra, I've never done a full-on sewing job, and that was a lot of sewing that I had to do for that one, straight from scratch.
Oh, wow.
I guess that's one of those moments where, like, you know what? Let me try to push myself on this one.
So you're pretty much completely self-taught. Like,
no. I want to say yes and no, but that's the sewing is all due to public schools used to have home economics.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have it now, and I really hope that it's something that comes back, because being able to sew, and I fix my kids' toys all the time, and in fact my niece called me Dr. McStuffins.
Oh my God.
Being able to fix her doll, and and just not knowing how to sew your own, like a shirt or something, it's you really handicap yourself when it comes to being able to create something or fix something. But there was also shop class. I'd have to say those are my two big influences in as far as traditional learning.
Yeah. And see, that's the bogus thing. I never got to take shop. I don't think they did it anymore. I did take home ec in middle school. They called it Family and Consumer Sciences.
Yes.
So chat, do you guys take home ec? Do you take FACS class, as we called it? Sorry. Noticed something in the chat that was weird on my end. CJ Prop says, I miss shop class.
That's he's one of the paladins, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Josh. Yeah.
Good. I'm glad you got some people show up for you. I love that. McDougal says, I wish I had sewing class at school. Like, this is probably some PC reason to take that class out of schools, but I think it does teach you some necessary skills. So I'm glad you learned those things.
Life skills is not something that you can never. It's never too late to learn life skills, but it's always a disservice when you keep it from people at an early age.
Yeah. So how do you go about deciding like what the project is going to be the next thing?
I started the Paladins of Cosplay in 2017. actually 2018. It was because I was like, I should have a name for this group of mine instead of just me creating this.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to find other like-minded people who wanted to make things and who could actually make things. But at the same time, there was a selfish reason for saying, well, another way to get noticed is if you're a big group.
Yeah.
So at the time in early 2018, I accepted anyone into the team that as long as they loved cosplay
Mm-hmm.
and didn't bring drama, join the team.
That's a big qualifier right there.
So
drama.
It actually set that I don't want to say it set the bar low, but at the same time there wasn't much of a criteria, and I still had to do a lot of builds, and that was where actually I created the 2018 Gypsy Avenger during that I guess recruiting phase.
Okay.
And I ended up finding myself having to make 8 of the pilot suits, along with a kaiju, my Gypsy Avenger, as well as just trying to train a buddy of mine and try to at least get some help. The team did come by and try to gather, trying to teach a group of people that just joined the team. Here's what you do. Make sure you don't cut yourself.
So they didn't always know what to do from the get-go. Like they came in to be trained, essentially.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there were out of the 6 people that joined, I want to say maybe 2 of them had any working knowledge of how to craft.
Wow. Okay, that's encouraging.
So it was rough, but then it just that was the last time I said, okay, well from now on, anyone that joins the team has to have a good resume of costumes that they've built themselves, and it's So it goes on from like what's popular, what's not popular. We don't want to go too mainstream. What's something that we could try to promote that other people will say, okay, that's not out yet. I want to see what that looks like.
Uh-huh.
And at the time, Pacific Rim Uprising was not out yet, and the timing for New York Comic Con was just about right that it had been released, that it would be hopefully popular enough. So they knew who we were. But it's usually a group vote, and that's pretty much what the picture you're looking there, how the Dark Knights came about.
So these are all different iterations of the Dark Knight in the
Dark
most
Knights
badass form. Oh, God.
CJ Props is actually the blue guy right there, Merciless.
CJ, this is a beautiful work. This is the point in the stream where I just start drooling and I'd forget anything I want to know. I'm just so overwhelmed with all of it. And you're the Devastator?
I am.
Where is your head in this?
I stand at about 5'6" in real life. So as you can see, I am compensating for height in most of my costumes.
But honestly, where does your head look out?
My head looks out of his neck.
Out of the neck, okay. And where are your feet? Like, where's your actual feet?
My feet are actually just below the knee at the shins. I'm wearing painter stilts.
Oh, painter stilts? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because this is more than just like foam work. Like you are working with like anatomical, like how a body works and getting it to walk in a way that's so much bigger than you, but still looking and functioning like an anatomical body does. Like,
yeah. And to be able to build something that large and still be able to maneuver in it is difficult. One of the other cosplayers that I look up to is Extreme Cosplays.
Okay.
And he's the one who's known for he was known for that Hulkbuster costume in New York Comic Con.
Oh, I think I've seen pictures, I'm sure.
And he had the Ryan Hart. He's his knowledge of being able to put himself inside something that large and be able to move is definitely something that's I took to heart in terms of what can I do slightly different from what he's doing, but also the same. And that's where Devastator, I planned this one out to fit my stature.
Jeez. So we're watching you get into Devastator, and
it cuts off, unfortunately.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. As soon as I get in there, that's it.
McDougal wants to know how you get into the stilts, or how it is going through a con on stilts.
Going through, you know, a lot of people would think that it's difficult in the sense of the crowd.
Yeah.
But believe it or not, the minute you step out on the floor, they kind of feel your presence. So the sea of crowds part when you walk. It's a great feeling, but at the same time, it's you know, just having your friends and fellow handlers being able to look out for you and what step you take next is also very critical to have. Getting into it, you saw from that quick clip, it was just me strapping the painter stilts on.
So that's the whole reason that you really started the Paladins of Cosplay, just to have people watch for your back, isn't it?
Yes, to help and to also showcase my friends.
Yeah. No, I love that. Like you wanted to do something bigger than yourself, and so you thought, well, of course, I need more people. And then it's not just about me; it's about look what we can do, and look what all these people can do. And I almost love that the qualifiers to even get in the group were so low, because it's like, yeah, if you create, sure, you are welcome here, and that's what I love about the cosplay community for the most part. There's plenty of gatekeepers out there.
I was about to say that. I was gonna say we're here. We're trying to spread the positivity of what cosplay is all about. It's about still smiling and finding the smile, you know, when the crowd looks at you, and that's just making, you know, kids happy, making adults turn into kids.
Yeah.
You know, those are the things we're looking out for. We don't want to gatekeep. If somebody says, "Oh, you know what, I want to try to make this," as a matter of fact, there was a guy who created a Batman from that series of the Dark Knights, and we welcome them. We're like, hey, if you're ever in New York and you show up, let us know. Join the group and, you know, and take pictures with us. Mm-hmm. We don't want to gatekeeping is one of the most toxic things you can find in cosplay, along with just, you know, the negativity of people just outright comparing. You know, oh, that's not screen accurate enough. Or, you know,
who cares?
Right?
Who cares?
Yeah,
it really enrages me, and I'm not even like I'm more like a cosplay community ally. Like I would not consider myself like, yeah, I'm a full blown cosplayer. I like cosplaying when I go to a con, but I'm not entrenched in it like what I would consider a true blue full force cosplayer is. And yet it still pisses me so off to find anybody put a wall between you and this thing that you love. I don't understand the mentality. I really don't.
Yeah, no, I'm not even going to try to fathom how their mind works, but no.
I shouldn't get as triggered as I am. There must be something in my childhood or something that it triggers, because it's just so ridiculous. Like if you love something, you don't even need permission to express it unless it's something illegal or weird, gross, I guess. I don't know. But even then, you know, don't yuck and yum.
Their own.
As long as it's not illegal.
Yeah.
Like you do you.
Wave that geek flag.
That's right. Let your geek flag fly. But I do want to know more about this Throg, because you've piqued John Art Geek's interest. He's a big Muppet fan.
Oh, so Thog.
Yeah.
Thog is he debuted in the early 70s, I think 73, 72. And he was mostly showed up on a lot of specials, like, you know, Carol Burnett, Valentine's episodes, Christmas episodes. He did songs and dances, and I do mention in there this was not made by me. You know, a friend of mine, MJL Muppet Design.
Okay.
He creates the most incredible replica Muppets out there.
Wow.
You know, and he could see his information on there, and he created this almost true to form. I mean, his it had animatronic ears and eyelids.
That's crazy.
And, oh, you know what? He did just change his page. I'll have to send you that.
That's all right.
But I was lucky enough for him to say, hey, you know what? I know you like costumes. What do you think about being a Muppeteer? And I got to jump into Thog, and I also helped repair some of it, because that thing is about 5, 6 years old now.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's held up through a lot of wear and tear.
It's crazy. I'm just so in awe of the things that you're doing, and even more in awe of like the spirit that you're coming at it with, because I'm sure there's people that are doing exactly what you're doing, or even less than what you're doing, and they've allowed it to go to their head, and they walk into a con knowing how amazing they are. And while I'm saying you should, I love that you don't have that. You just like, even chat, I'll tell you this. I reached out to Law and he thought I got him mixed up with somebody else. He was not even sure that I wanted to actually speak to him, which is unfathomable to me. So please, everyone, go, again, use the command Outlaw and go follow him, blow it up, share his work, because you are doing such great work from such a great place that, like, you are exactly the kind of person that should get all the support in the world.
Well, thank you. And there are other cosplay groups out there that try to go to children's hospitals and bring a smile and everything. So there's always that. And then there's, as far as paladins go, most of our costumes are not kid friendly, unfortunately. And if they are, it's too large to fit in the hospital without destroying things.
Oh God, yeah.
So we have not been able to go down that outlet as far as charity goes. But we have found our calling at the last New York Comic Con. We were in charge of the cosplay repair booth and provided, I want to say, well over 500 repairs for cosplayers that were in need.
So that was just the Paladins who had that booth.
Yep.
That's amazing. So you just sat there all day and fixed people's.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it was originally the way they were setting up the cosplay repair was, here's a bunch of tools, don't hurt yourself and fix your own thing. But being a group of builders, crafters, and needlework, we were like, we can do this. We can do this for the community, and it was the one way we could give back to the community.
I love that. And also, thank you for John. Thank you for gifting. Thank you, Alec, for gifting. Thanks for the subs. Yeah, I think we're either at 50 or very close to 50. So, thank you. There we go, Alec. You just hit us to 50. Thanks. That was our goal. We reached a goal. All because of you, Outlaw. Thank you.
Thank you.
See, look, you just created such love in the chat that everyone's like, you know what? How can we be like Law? I'm going to give some subs. You're an inspiration. But, oh, geez, it won't stop. John, buddy, thank you. Let's talk about those bad days for a minute. Like, when things aren't working, when you're running into issue after issue, like, how do you keep going? What's that motivator to get you back on the horse?
Besides the fact that I have a deadline to make sure I don't disappoint a customer.
I mean, that's a very honest answer. Like, I just need to hit this deadline. So tough luck.
I have to hit the deadline.
Yeah.
I have to. It's basically, the way I always see it is that as it is, I'm already trying to provide as much affordable cosplay as I can.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if any of you have ever been on Etsy or any of the other places that do charge a little bit more for the props and costumes. And I don't want to say my quality is any better or less than theirs, but I try to make it to the point where it's a good mid-range and still affordable for somebody to get into cosplay.
Yeah.
And a good example is the guy who did that, who wore the Overlord,
mm-hmm.
and he wanted to get into it, and and here he is making stuff on his own even. I'd say that there in of itself is probably my motivator to just inspire. Hopefully whatever I make is not just going to be something you're going to wear and say, here's my costume, take pictures of it. I'm hoping that once you wear it, you're like, I can actually do this. I paid this guy and he gave me a pretty good price, and it shows exactly how he made it. I can make this. And I've seen several of my costumes altered in some way, or even just people who had purchased something making their own thing after they received the costume from me. So that's always been a goal for me, is just to inspire someone to do it themselves.
What does that feel like, knowing that you are opening a door for someone else that I'm going to go out on a limb and say you feel like maybe you didn't have when you were a kid?
It's I want to attribute that to people like that I used to watch, Mr. Rogers, Mr. Wizard.
Yeah.
They were always, they had this knowledge, this wisdom, this charisma, and they shared it the best way they could. And then you have people like Adam Savage, Mike Rowe, from Dirty Job,
Yeah.
that also do the same thing and inspire people to do and to see this other side of whatever industry or whatever profession or talent that they have, to show that there is a human side to it, that it's not unattainable. So I think to me, it's just a passing of the torch. I don't know. It feels great. I mean, it's not something I'm trying to trying to do just to make myself feel better. I am truly trying to. I'm hoping people feel better about themselves when they can create something with their own hands.
That's amazing. That's really cool. Like, I didn't know this coming into this conversation. I just knew that you made great things. I wasn't sure about motivated you, what your inspiration was, but somehow I knew that once I found that out, I would like you even more.
Thank you.
So where do you see like your work, let's say in 5 years? Like, it gets better and better and better, and you are striving to create this wonderful community. So like, what's the goal there?
My end goal is to be able to teach people how to do this, and try not to take on as many commissions myself, and more or less just trying to inspire the next generation or next wave of cosplay creators, crafters and builders.
Yeah.
And I think, and I see myself no longer cosplaying myself. Most likely, I will just be supporting the Paladins of cosplay in helping them create and build their our costumes, and I'll be trying to be at the repair station full time rather than in scheduled bursts. More of a support role. I think I'm going to be is where I see myself cosplay.
Which is interesting, because that's where you said you saw yourself early in life, was in that support role, and then you wanted to step out. And so in 5 years, or in the future, maybe not put a number on it, but in the future, you see yourself as going back to your roots.
Yeah, I was able to taste the limelight, I guess.
Yeah,
be in the limelight, and and also it just feels better to be able to see other people succeed. I think, and I think that's the way I've always been.
just keep being the best of us. Jeez, it's like everything you say is just like the best possible answer, making me feel like, I don't know, just grime on a shoe, because I'm not as wonderful and pure as Law is.
No. There's dark sides to everyone. I mean, I'm not saying nobody's perfect, but just people being happy with themselves is what I want to see.
That's awesome, guys. That's all he wants for you. So go support him so that you can pay him back for this wonderful feeling that he's given all of us tonight. And if you've enjoyed this content, then maybe hit that follow button, hit the sub, and keep coming back every Monday night at 8:30. He'll hear live on Twitch. But we are going to kind of switch things up a little bit. As you know, we like to end the stream. We have a few minutes left, and I like to end with kind of a ridiculous game. So keep those questions coming if you have more for Law. But until then, are you ready to play a game, buddy?
Yeah, sure, of course.
So
I like games.
We're going to switch to a little game I like to call Think Fast. Okay, so here is how it works. Oh, thanks, McDougal, for the follow to Outlaw. I think you got a few new follows tonight.
Thank you.
But here's how it works. I've got a few different categories, like items used for cosplay. And we are going to have to think as fast as we can to go back and forth. I've got this little buzzer that I stole from another game that's got like a 15-second timer on it. And if we can think of a question, we'll hit the button, or think of something to fit that category, we'll hit the button. And if not, then I guess you just lose in 15 seconds. But feel free, if we get stuck, feel free to help us out, chat, if you can, if the lag isn't too much that you can even answer before the timer runs out. But we were both talking before the stream that this is not our strong suit, especially under pressure. So you're not going to see any Olympic level think fasting, but we're going to do our best. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so let's start with a softball, something that I think we both can at least get a solid answer on. So items used for cosplay. Are you ready? You're going to start. Once you say an answer, I'm going to hit start this button, and then I'm going to try to think of items until one of us can't.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Whenever you're ready.
EVA foam.
Scissors.
Blades.
Oh, God. PVC pipe.
Contact cement.
Jeez, I'm going to lose this.
Did it go off already?
It went off. There you go. That's a point for you. What's contact cement? What's contact cement?
Barge contact cement is what it's what a lot of us use for EVA foam. You know, some sort of contact cement. There's also like E600, E6000. You know, just think something better than hot glue, because hot glue you have to sit there and hold it and cures. Where barge is almost, it's just a 5-minute cure time and you just stick it together and it's.
I'm writing that down. Contact cement. On the place that I'll never lose it. Because there's been things I do, like I said, I do theater, but I also do like scenic painting for my work. And I'm like, I need a glue that I don't have to hold. I need something quick. And I've never used contact cement.
Yeah, so it's called barge contact cement. There's other brands out there. And you know, you apply it to one piece and you apply it to the other and let it dry for 5 minutes until it's tacky to the touch.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment you stick them together, they're stuck together.
So
it's similar. It's pretty much the same thing that a lot of shoe repair places will use.
Really? Oddity said, I've never seen Boser struggle so much. I'm not good under pressure. Every time this timer, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's got like a tick-tock, 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 tick-tock. And it freaks me out.
That helps keep the pressure from me because I didn't hear it at all.
See. All right, next category. Let's take it up a notch. Movies with mechs.
Oh, no. You want to start in this one?
This might have gone 0 to 100. Did you not watch Struggle 30 minutes ago? Oh, watch him struggle 30 minutes ago with the audio. Yeah, that was me. Oh, John says, speaking of contact cement, would a spray version work well for small surface? There's a prop I bought, which I need to attach foam to, and the maker said to use contact cement, but I'm not sure if the spray or spread would work better.
The spray is, you generally use that for fabric adhesion.
Okay.
Like when you're upholstering something. I would stick to an actual brush that you would put it on.
There you go. Keep those questions coming because you'll never get a better person to answer them than Law. All right, movies with mechs. You ready?
Sure.
I'm going to steal yours. Pacific Rim.
Transformers? Does that count?
Yeah, totally counts. Voltron's not a movie. Power Rangers.
Oh, that was the next one I was going to say. The Godzilla.
Oh,
the Mechagodzilla?
No, you hit it. That was right. Sorry, I forgot to keep hitting the button. Godzilla works. That was like Robo, whatever. Shit. I can think of anime. That'll be the next
Are you talking
category.
about Hollywood movies? I guess you should have categorized it to Hollywood movies.
As opposed to like indie films.
Indie films or anime. I mean,
you know what? We're gonna add a category. Next category, anime.
Oh, I'm horrible at that.
Good, you're 2-1. So I gotta find something to get you. Not that I'm gonna get much with either of these. Alex says Corey in the house.
Anime with mechs.
Anime with Megs.
Ooh. I mean, there's a whole bunch, isn't there?
I think so. I
Okay.
can't name them all, but we're gonna do our best. Okay, ready? You start.
Evangelion.
Gurren Lagann.
Gundam.
The Gargantua on the Viridian Planet.
Manzinger Z.
Oh shit! I keep forgetting not to hit the button. Ooh, I'm stealing yours, T. Iron-blooded orphans.
Robotech.
Voltron.
Voltus 5.
Shit. There's so many that I don't know the name. I can picture them. Got it. I can picture like the image of it, but there are so many anime with mechs. I can't even begin to describe the names. Codename, Kids Next Door. Oh yeah, that would have been a good one. Attack on Titan quite counts, but it came to mind. Yeah, I'm not sure there's any mechs in it. Maybe in, I don't know, spoilers for season 5, 4, whatever.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so. So, okay, you're winning 3-0. Speaking of anime,
older ones, and
I know you're gonna kick my ass doing that. Okay, different anime involving ghosts or spirits. Only because I was on your Instagram and I saw Fire Force. So I would say anything that involves like demons or the spiritual realm or ghosts.
And are you speaking anime straight out of Japan anime, or does like DreamWorks anime count?
That counts. Anything animated, whatever. I'm probably gonna get some hate later.
With the anime tropes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there you go. Actually, speaking of gatekeeping, anime, traditional Japanese anime versus that's a gatekeeping community right there.
Yeah. Like if I want to say Avatar was my breakthrough into anime, then I'm gonna stand by that.
I'm gonna stand by that too. I mean, that's not my breakthrough. Yeah, I've been around for a but I've always considered Avatar.
Yes, I mean, it's got the anime tropes. It's animated.
Everything, exactly.
I don't know. I'm just kind of ready to draw a big circle around anything, because why not? All right, anime involving ghosts or spirits or demons or whatever you want. Big circles. You start.
Wait, I got the last one in.
Oh, okay, I'll start. Oh God, what's Shaman King?
Spirited Away, I think.
Oh, there you go. I'm just gonna read them off the chat.
Oh, I forgot to look over there.
Toilet Bound.
Demon Slayer.
Case closed? I don't know that one. Oh shit, I gotta keep hitting the button.
I'm gonna call Legend of Korra.
Okay. Tokyo Ghoul.
Avatar.
Blue Exorcist.
7 Deadly Sins.
Ooh, that's good. You already said Demon Slayer. Is Dr. Stone, does that have ghosts or spirits? Sailor Moon!
Ghost in the Shell?
I'm looking around for anything anime.
I'm starting
Fire Force!
Jujutsu Kaisen, I guess?
Naruto!
Devilman.
God. What am I just watching? Akame ga Kill? Does that have spirits?
Does Castlevania count? That's new.
That's got ghosts and stuff. Ooh, Full Metal Alchemist?
Oh yeah, it's a good one. What's the one with Chainsaw Man? Is that an anime or is that a character?
That counts, yeah. It's a manga and anime. Come on. Bleach.
Princess Mononoke.
Oh, nice. We already said Tokyo Ghoul, CJ.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to look around.
I know.
Here.
Oh God, that's it. That was a good round.
Yeah, no, you had a lot on that one.
Thanks to the chat.
I didn't even. I keep forgetting to look there.
Oh, Inuyasha. That's one we didn't say. Or did you say that one?
I didn't.
That was a good one.
Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry. That's a good one. I definitely think you have honorary crown for this round, T. Yeah, Oddity says he won this round.
It totally did.
John says my anime night memories are failing me because earlier on this channel, a couple years ago, we used to just watch. I'd sit in front of my TV on Instagram Live, and we'd watch some anime that I'd never seen. And we were small enough that Instagram didn't give a shit. That I was like streaming this show on Instagram Live, and it was so fun when everyone would just like hang out and talk about it. I kind of miss it.
And now you have like one word out of a song, and you're cut off.
Oh yeah, it's impossible. It's so stupid. I don't get that. I don't know how like entrenched you are in social media, but like it seems like there's TikTok trends. This is completely off fringe, but there's TikTok trends that use this song, right? But then I made a video that used that same song without the words in it, and I get shut down. Meanwhile, everyone's that using the audio from TikTok doesn't. I don't get the difference.
I don't either. I'll never understand how Instagram works.
Stupid. It's fucking legalities. All right, next. Oh, we already did that one. Ooh, okay. Marvel villains. And chat, be thinking of some categories because I'm going to come to you next for the next category. But this is Marvel villains. And I would take anti-heroes. That sometimes they might be a villain, sometimes they might be a hero. Your face just lit up. Are you on Google?
No, I'm trying to find your window. I lost it.
Oh, God.
Where the hell did it go? Sorry about that. Technical difficulties.
No, that's all right. I had him earlier. It's only your turn.
Oh, sorry. I got a message on Facebook. That's why.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I was like, this guy, he's going to be scrolling. He's on Google.
And my network just... I don't know. Hopefully I'm still coming in clear.
I see you. I see you. Ooh, we've got plenty to choose from in the chat, so we'll be okay for a minute. Can you see the chat?
All right. I'm going to try to avoid looking at the chat.
All right. We're not looking.
All right.
You ready?
It's over here for me.
Yeah, you start.
All right. Juggernaut.
Venom.
Sabretooth.
Mephisto.
Omega Red.
Morbius.
Mysterio.
Oh shit. Carnage.
Just going through the Marvel movies right now.
Right.
Thanos. Go with that first, it's fresh in my memory.
Oh God. Is Killmonger count as a villain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anti-hero, like you said, even Deadpool would kind of count.
Okay.
Deadpool.
Red Skull.
Oh my God. Green Goblin. I'm gonna go Spider-Man now.
Doc Ock. Yeah, I could do Spider-Man ones for a while.
There's so many things in Spider-Man. That's not even fair. Hella.
The Abomination.
Electro.
Sandman.
Oh, freaking Spider-Man is Rhino.
Scorpion.
Didn't I say that? Oh no, I didn't.
Did
say
you?
That. No.
Okay,
I didn't. Hobgoblin.
Ooh, good. The Lizard. Did you say Lizard? Okay. Scream.
Carnage. we say Carnage?
I said Carnage.
Or we said Venom. No.
Oh, no. Okay. I saw it in the chat, but I didn't want to say it. Okay. Oh, God. Come on.
Sebastian Shaw.
Oh, there you go. What's his name? Craven, the Hunter.
Bullseye.
Oh, good. Every time you say a new one from a different kind of small universe, I'm like, ooh, I'll go there.
Yeah. I'm trying to go to a different one so I don't try to use up all of them. Kingpin. Multiple. Just Multiple Man was he a bad guy? I guess he was a bad guy in one of them.
In one of the movies he was. Magneto.
Did we say that? No. Mystique?
Juggernaut?
I said that. That was my first
Oh,
one.
dang. Come on. Vulture? Did you say Vulture?
Yes, we did.
The Puppeteer.
Oh my God. Why am I blanking out? I'm blank. I blanked out.
You got one. You got one.
Ego, the Living Planet.
There you go. Dr. Doom.
Quicksilver before he became a
Yeah.
bad guy.
There you go. Kang the Conqueror.
Oh. I want to say Waterman. I forgot what his Hydro Man.
There you go. Pyro.
Loki.
Negative Man.
Mr. Sinister. There's just so many.
What's his name? It was right there. Got it. You got it. You got it. Oh my God. All of these in the chat. Dormammu, Mordor, Sprite, Silver Surfer, Galactus. There's a go. Ironmonger, Claw, Winter Soldier, Sabretooth, Scarlet Witch.
I was trying to avoid like the popular ones. I was trying to go deeper into my Marvel and DC roots even, like
I was trying to think of the popular ones and I couldn't.
I could have stayed in like one whole, but I was like, nah, let me not do it.
Well, you still got the win. What is this, 4-0? My God. I shouldn't have taken
I wouldn't count the last one because that was definitely T.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Karen at Starbucks. Yeah, she's a villain. All right, chat. Give us a new category. We got a few minutes left in our Geek Out Sesh. Also, if you have any questions about cosplay, about the Paladins of Cosplay, about where to find his work, I'll tell you where to find his work. Use Command Outlaw, and that'll show you where to find his work. So you can give him some love.
There's also the Paladins of Cosplay on Instagram. If you want to.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna have to go and follow them if I don't already.
That one there showcases the work from everyone on the team. So I believe there's CJ. You'll see some of CJ Prop's work on there. You'll see the cosplay.
Okay.
It's Fabian. A lot of the other builders on the team. 90s TV shows.
Okay, 90s TV shows. This is pretty broad swath, so hopefully we can do okay.
Oh,
If we can remember the titles.
Yeah.
Okay, 90s TV shows. You ready? I'll start. Friends.
Full House.
Fresh Prince.
Step by Step. I think Step by Step.
Was Living Color? Was that 90s?
That was.
Okay.
Mad TV as well.
Say what?
Mad TV as well.
Oh, yeah. Rocco's Modern Life.
Oh, you're going to cartoons.
I'm doing anything I can think of.
Howard the dog.
Okay. Puzzle place.
Ed and Eddie.
Rugrats.
Beekman's World.
Beetleborgs.
Oh, I remember that.
Good one.
Power Rangers.
We could do every iteration of Power Rangers in the 90s. Oh God. Batman the Animated Series.
Uncanny X-Men.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man and Friends.
Ooh, okay.
Amazing Spider-Man and Friends, yeah.
Spider-Man Unlimited.
Oh, nice. Avengers Ultimate. No, that wasn't the 90s. That was early too. Family Matters?
There you go. I could not remember what that title was earlier. Oh God. Oh shit. There are so many. Street Sharks.
Oh, what was the one with the rats and from Mars or something?
Oh.
Ninja Turtles. Let's go with that.
Mice from Mars.
Mice from Mars. Rats. That was close.
You were so close.
X-Men Evolution.
Ooh, that was a good one. Oh God. Wild Thornberries.
X-Files.
Ooh, Forensic Files.
Charmed.
Ooh, good one. Supernatural? That's early thousands.
I think they went into the early. That's probably
Okay, Supernatural.
Paranormal. No, Paranormal. Is that a show? No, I don't think that's a show.
I mean, anything's a show at this point.
Later in 2000s, that was, I think. We said Full House already?
No, we didn't. Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Ooh, Angel.
I'm not reading chat.
I'm trying not to read it.
I know there's so many great. I glanced at it. I know there's so many great ones in there. I'm trying to remember like the shows I watched growing up. Time.
Millennium.
What was that one about?
That was the one right after X-Files, I believe.
Oh God. Okay, what were all you saying? These great ones. Oh my God, so many. I have to go way up here.
Tiny Toons Adventures.
Oh, I used to love Tiny Toons. Magic School Bus, Zords, Courage, you said, Animaniacs.
Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell. It's different when you're on this side of the timer, people. It's so easy with your keyboard courage at home.
Yeah, I know. They could just type those all out and
Pinky in the brain. Oh, what was that one I was trying to think of? It's Canadian and they're in a computer.
Wasn't Joey Lawrence's brother in that?
Maybe. It's like animated though.
Oh, it was a CG.
Reboot.
It was all CG.
Yeah, reboot.
Yeah, they just came out with another version of it, like a continuation of that on Netflix. My son watched it.
Did it really? Is it any good?
And it's as good as it's going to be for kids.
Yeah.
And it actually uses it went back into that stuff in the 90s, which was pretty cool. It's as far as story.
At the time, that was some pretty cool stuff. Like all
Yeah,
that CGI.
Especially for that era. They had Voltron in the third dimension too.
Oh, okay. Jeez, yeah, it's been so long since the 90s. All right, chat, give me one more category. We've got time for one more before we've got to wrap this Geek Out Sesh up. And if you have enjoyed it so far, thanks for joining us. Please do hit that follow button and consider subscribing if you really want to support the channel. You can also use Command Discord and Command Merch to get your next level FGBG. That'll take you straight to our FGBG Discord, and you can hang out with us all week long. It's very active. Oh, there you go. Thank you, T. I love that. And then you can get some new merch with our brand new logo, Disney Films.
You're talking about current Disney, or are you talking about pre-Marvel?
Any Disney film.
I guess we'll be here all night naming all the.
You would think so.
No, I know.
And yet, we're going to lose our minds.
I know.
Okay, let's say, just to make it harder and to not name the movies that we've already named a bit, Disney films, MCU excluded.
But Fox and MCU excluded?
Only the well, Fox wasn't like X-Men, you know.
Purchase?
Oh, recent purchase.
No, I mean that's a recent. Oh, that's true. I mean, that's a Disney property currently.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I think if we take MCU, then it might challenge us a little bit more. Okay, ready?
Sure.
Okay, I'm not ready to chat. They're already going off.
I'm not ready either.
Okay, ready? Aladdin.
Pretty Woman.
That's a Disney film?
I knew I'd get you with that one.
Jesus, Lion King.
It totally is. It totally is.
Lion King.
Well, oh my God. Why am I blacking out? I've just blanked out. Beauty and the Beast.
There you go. Encanto.
Oh, Toy Story.
Moana.
Mulan.
Monsters, Inc.
What was? Sorry, I just blanked. The Mickey Mouse Playhouse. I don't know.
Okay.
No, Mickey Mouse. Whatever Mickey Mouse was in.
Aristocats.
That shouldn't count. The Secret of Nim. Is that?
Ooh. I'll have to Google that one later. Lady and the Tramp.
Brother Bear.
Nice. Good movie. Great soundtrack. Tarzan. Speaking of Phil Collins.
Little Mermaid.
Cinderella.
Pinocchio.
Hercules.
Emperor's New Groove. Is that
Disney?
I don't know.
We'll count it. We'll look back at it later.
Somebody in chat. Tell me
Is Emperor's New Groove Disney? Probably is. Smart House.
Oh, jeez. Nope. I'm drawing such a blank. It's not even Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Luck of the Irish.
Maleficent.
There you go. Sleeping Beauty.
It's Jackie Chan's Spy Next Door. I know it was made for kids, but it was.
Oh yeah.
Or was it the Vin Diesel one?
Or like Tuxedo? Is that technically a Disney film?
Right. I don't know why I thought of that first. But, is Labyrinth a Disney film?
I hope so.
No, it's probably not.
I don't think it is.
No, I've lost it. I can't think of anything animated right now. Or even.
Think of Disney Channel original movies.
No, Lizzie McGuire.
Oh, there you go.
That's not a movie, is it?
Yeah, Lizzie McGuire with a movie. Hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the best. Oh no, that's Hannah Montana, the movie.
Hannah Montana. That's a good one. Nope.
Look at the chat. Check the chat.
101 Dalmatian.
There you go.
Oh, Emperor's New Groove is Disney.
There you go.
Nice.
Flubber.
So I'm gonna steal this one. Pirates of the Caribbean.
There you go. Cruella.
Oh, that's. Okay, I'm gonna turn. This. So you said Mulan already? No,
You said Mulan.
no,
Yeah.
That's Mulan. No, Mulan, the live action.
Ooh, there you go. Oh, the new Aladdin.
Jungle Book.
Winnie the Pooh.
Home Alone? No.
Yeah.
That's not. No, is that Touchstone? I don't know.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I don't think that is.
I thought Disney owns
Haunted
everything.
Mansion.
Haunted Mansion, nice. Did I say Halloween Town?
Nope. Yeah. This Kid in King Arthur's Court. Is that Disney?
I think so.
Somebody can look
Kid
that
in
one
King
up.
Arthur's Court. Stealing one from the chat. What?
More prior to the Caribbean ones.
Sword in the Stone.
Oh, nice. Nope. I am blanking out. I've reached my.
We've said a lot of movies.
There's just so many. If you know, it's when you're trying to take a gulp of water, or not a sip of water from a cup that has just in a car.
Uh-huh.
And then you hit a bump. That's pretty much what it just feels like right now, trying to think of.
It's choked. It hit the back of your throat and got on your lap.
Got it everywhere.
It's all over.
You're trying to sort it out, and you're like, that's exactly how this feels. And I lost this.
Oh, Kid in King Arthur's Court does count, says chat.
Oh, nice.
Well,
I was just trying to think.
I think it's 3 to you, 1 to T, and I think I got the Disney one. So
you got this one.
I got the one. Either way, you are the winner. Everyone give it up. Not only did you win this game, you're winning at life with what you were creating. And I just wish you all this success in the world, because like what you're doing, like I said, it's not only what you're doing, but it's the spirit with which you are doing it. It just makes it even more magical and inspiring. And I am really glad that we got this time together, because I hope that we can keep in touch, because I just want to be around you all the time now.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be noticed and recognized for something. A lot of people will not know the backstory as to why certain things come about, and I'm glad that you delve into that and thank you. It's just being able to hopefully spread the positivity.
Yeah, that's what we're both here to do. And that's why I love having these Geek Out sessions. I've said it time and time again on this show. The only reason I have this is just to make new friends and get to talk to people like yourself and just get to pick their brain and find out all the amazing things that you're doing and how it's possible. So thank you. Everybody go follow him. And I hope you had a great time, you guys. Let me know in the chat how you're feeling. But we are getting our raid ready. We're going to take all this positive energy and we are going to... let's go get Crash Cosplay. He's another great streamer and cosplayer. He just went live. Let's see, did that work? Oh, good. Yeah, so that's going to work. But here on this channel, we end the same way every time. So I'm going to say my name, you're going to say your name, and I'm going to say, so you just keep... And then together we'll say, geeking out. Okay, so thank you guys so much for joining me. As always, I am Boser.
And I am Outlaw 2LK.
And until next time, you just keep
geeking out.
Geeking out. Good night.